Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from. My name is MD90 and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss any upload that comes up on the channel. And the easiest way for you to navigate the channel, because we put up a lot of content, is head to the playlist and you'll find all various things that we're doing here curated for you based on your interests. So we've got the Kutka podcast, we've got the Tishimi production. These are movies, actually, short movies that you can find on that playlist. And news and trends. We do a lot. We do vlogs. We do a lot on this channel. So the easiest. So in a new twist of events with regard to the late President Edgar Chagwa body, there are some new updates that have just emerged. As you may be aware, a new date has been set, 15th August 2025, as a hearing of the appeal case that has been filed by the Edgar Chagwa family. But as of a couple of hours ago, if not an hour ago, new information has emerged, and that's what I want to give you guys as we proceed. So that's what's been communicated. So Chitamalamu had put up this, and a number of platforms have also circulated the same news confirming this. So they say Edgar Chagwa body to be identified. Attorney General Kabesha has submitted an application in Pretoria High Court to have Edgar Chagwa body verified and identified. So if you remember, this identification and verification of Edgar Chagwa body came up right before the verdict that happened last Friday. But I think it was sidelined because the main matters were being addressed in court. But the prospect of the Attorney General applying to have delegates from the Zambian government inspect or identify the body of the late President Edgar Chagwa was submitted. But considering that the family had now decided to appeal the verdict where the courts had ruled to submit the body to the government, now the Attorney General has communicated to say in the earlier situation where they wanted to identify the body, now they both have submitted it. So the court is yet to decide whether both matters are going to be heard at the same time. The appeal case, which is coming up on 15th August, and also this new application where the Zambian government wishes to identify and verify the body of Edgar Chagwa. And obviously, the Patriotic Front did not take that news lightly. They responded immediately. So they asked a couple of questions. This is the PF an hour ago. They said, what or who is driving this fixation over Edgar Chagwa body? Africa questions. So they're simply saying, people are questioning to say, what's going on? Why is this fixation? That's according to the PF. Why does the government want to verify the body, considering that the next of kin, that is his children and the wife, had confirmed to say that's his body and probably verified the death certificate earlier on. So then, considering that the government, yes, are representing the interests of the Zambians, in what capacity were they able to identify Edgar Chagwa, considering his immediate elder sister is there, and the family have already identified him? Anyway, this battle continues, rages on. So that's a new update with regard to this. But another thing that has emerged, it seems like bombshells keep on dropping with regard to this particular story. It's the different seasons. So it seems like there's a secret plan B. If you remember, right when Edgar Chagwa lost the Constitutional Court case where he was dealing with his eligibility to contest the 2026 elections, there is an issue that had come up to say, actually, they were ready for that verdict, and also they had already put a plan B in the pipeline. And obviously, they just kept on using plan B. They never stated what the nitty-gritties in that plan B. They just kept on throwing it out to say, no, there's a plan B, just keep on hush-hush. So there's allegedly, according to that page, and a number of platforms that have posted this news circulation, they're saying actually, allegedly, Chris Manizimba, former Edgar Chagwa political advisor, had it was privy to that plan B. So there's this stipulation, according to Kumwe. So they say Edgar Chagwa secret plan for 2026 presidential seat exposed. So according to this particular article, let me just read it to you. So Zumani urges the Tonse Alliance to wait for the late president's final wish. So as the nation continues to mourn the death of former President Edgar Chagwa, a dramatic political twist is unfolding
in his inner circle claims his inner circle claims he left behind a carefully chosen successor for the 2026 general elections, referring to it as Plan B. So Dr. Chris Zumani Zimba, allegedly, according to that article, Lungu's former political advisor and Tonse Alliance national coordinator, says the former president had compiled a selection of presidential candidates and running mates before his death on June 5th, 2025. So Plan B is not a hoax, he says in this article, but real and factual, said Dr. Zumani. Edgar Chagwa Lungu diligently worked on it for months before he passed. He knew what was at stake and was determined to protect the alliance and its legacy. Dr. Zimba claims that the former head of state worked through a systematic and confidential process from December 2024 to May 2025 to identify the successor and holding weekly review sessions at his residence and later from South Africa while he's receiving medical treatment. Each session, Zimba says, involved analyzing profiles and proposed candidates from across political and civil society sectors. Lungu's wife, former First Lady Esther Lungu, was the only other person occasionally present during this confidential review, he says. We would sit down weekly, just the two of us, that's Zumani and Edgar Chagwa Lungu, allegedly, going over the names, strategies, and alliances. This was not guesswork. Edgar Chagwa Lungu was deliberate and focused, says Zimba. The former president reportedly finalized both the presidential candidate and the running mate under what Zimba calls loyalty and capacity framework. So those are the two yardsticks that were used in that Plan B framework to ensure continuity, vision, or allegiance to the Tonse Alliance. Even from South Africa, Lungu maintained weekly contact with Zimba, offering political guidance and confirming that the final decision had already been made and was ready to be reviewed. He told me, that's Zumani, according to this article, allegedly. He told me in April and again in early May that the decision was done and that his candidate and was ready. I mean, he had his candidate and was ready at the right time to make the announcement, Zimba stated. Dr. Zimba says Lungu had planned to unveil the candidates upon returning to Zambia in June within the Tonse Alliance framework. However, death preempted that public declaration. Now, Zimba believes that the only people that can review Plan B are members of Lungu's immediate family. Those are the ones that are in South Africa fighting in this battle, whom he believes were entrusted with the final details of Plan B. Pretty much it tabulates to say, actually, Edgar Chagwa Lungu had left details in that Plan B. And then part of this article, it goes further to say, he urged all Tonse Alliance members to respect Edgar Lungu's wishes and remain united as they await the announcement. If the next candidate is chosen by Edgar Chagwa Lungu, we should stand strong and not defecting, simply saying, in President Hakainde Hichilema in 2026, he said. So according to that, he says the Lungu immediate family are the ones that have preview to that information. Obviously, it will not be well received by the people within the alliance. There were comments even in the comment section asking to say, is it a monarchy for Edgar Chagwa Lungu to sit and choose a presidential candidate in an alliance alone? And then obviously in that article, they refer to the fact that it's within the Tonse Alliance framework. Anyway, we wait and see how that plays out. But these are images where Given Luwindo is interacting with Attorney General during the verdict last Friday, where the Zambian government won that case. But we wait and see how it plays out with these new truths that are developing. And that's what's going on with regard to that. And then just in cabinet approves the export of surplus maize grain, totaling that amount, metric ton, or equivalent of maize meal to verify to various destinations in the region. So that's the Democratic Republic of Congo and then our neighbors here. Obviously, that news has been received with mixed emotions. Others are saying, considering we had gone through the issue of shortage of meal, why should we do this again? And Emmanuel J. Banda was live yesterday for 3 hours. He had a lot to say. So it seems like, and then he put up that number. I don't know which country he's in, but yeah, he was live addressing the nation yesterday night, actually. And then there's some lawsuits. Businessman Finley Suzy, UPND cadre, popularly known as Fimba Upoke, over drug trafficking allegations. So there are lawsuits flying in and out. And George Mutonga says, I don't like how he has been quite referring to, this is I think Kangombe, if I'm not mistaken. He hasn't been able to define himself on issues facing the country. I would love to see more of him. So this is one member of parliament. He says he would have loved to be more active and known to the nation. What is Cornelius Mwetwa should shut up? That's according to Citizen First spokesperson. This is Max Chungu. He says, and prepare for exit in 2026 and stop attacking Hari Kalawa, president of the Citizen First. So those are the youths from the Citizen First addressing chief government spokesperson, simply saying, let them focus on 2026 and not Hari Kalawa. Daily Nation has that news. Narumango is a potential widow. That's Mumbi. She must watch her utterances against Lungu. Obviously, that news there. And then obviously that's in the Daily Mail, that's in the News Diggers. And then man dies for God after being struck by an excavator, forklift machine at an illegal mine. So some of the Jeroboams, one of the guys died there. Poor mobile service spark uproar. Obviously people have been complaining about network in Zambia. And that's what's going on. But one thing that also came up, this I found interesting. Just stand by.
Politics. Can you insult a dead body? No. That's very abnormal. And very un-Christian, and that's being uncultured. Now, I remember a politician, whether you sponsor these people, may God deliver you. Amen. But I'm meant to believe Kutila Limo, Aba Nephew Bava, the Tumutumeno Kumutumata Rufiani. The more Aba Nadimuba, Pafera Philip to Alimusungane Funduarimu, Pera Paisa Veni. And what's Rufiani? Abantu bakusenda n'olulumya ttakusha bwino aba so tulechetekela